Oh, okay,
We might
okay.
just interview Jordan. Okay, it looks like we're live, everybody.
I mean, Jordan, you could just give us a
Woo!
tour of where you're at, like immediately.
Well, it's a little unkempt at the moment.
It hasn't even been a month, Jordan. It's only the 13th. It's only the 13th. How did y'all do with the committee appointments?
Well, we're really excited. Representative Plesa is now vice chair of the Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services Committee, which she served on in her freshman session. And she's also excited to serve as a member of the Elections Committee as well, trying to put a stop to any bad bills that come through there, alongside Vice Chair John Busey on that one.
Oh, I don't
So
think
it's a
anything.
good time.
There'll be no bad bills in elections.
I can't imagine.
Oh.
Yeah,
Texas?
knock on wood, right?
Brenda, did you see? I can't remember if it's Isaac or someone else, but it removes the ability to use like a utility bill or something else that has your name and address on it. You're only allowed to have your driver's license and an official ID card.
It's just insane. I mean, the amount of folks who have to use one of the excused options, it's in the thousands, the tens of thousands of voters every year.
Yeah.
I mean, if they do that, I mean, it's mostly harming minority communities and older communities especially. So we're keeping an eye on the bad bills and trying to make sure they don't make it to the House floor.
Thank you. Okay, Amy, you want to get us started in 3, 2,
Here we go.
1.
Welcome to Season 6, Episode 2 of Over the Ledge Live, the podcast, the #1 and someday only political satire show based solely on the Texas Legislature. I'm Amy Lowry, and I'm glad you're here. Over the Ledge gives you a behind-the-scenes look at the shenanigans of the Texas Ledge by decoding political headlines and legislators' behavior into easy-to-understand bathroom stall musings. That's right. Call Governor Greg Abbott for a good time. Let's meet our guest tonight. Our very special guest tonight is Representative Mihaela Plesa. She will be with her shortly. Right now, her Chief of Staff, Jordan Villarreal, is with us, standing in for her. Representative Plesa is a first-generation Romanian American, represents Texas House District 70, a former small business owner and the first Democratic woman to represent Collin County. She prioritizes public school funding, property tax reduction, small business support, and affordable child care. A proud Texas public school graduate, she holds degrees from the University of North Texas and Southern Methodist University. And Jordan, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, I'm happy to be here as we wait for the representative. She is stuck in traffic coming back up from Austin. My name is Jordan Villarreal, Chief of Staff for Representative Plesa during the 89th legislative session. Previously, have served as her district director in the 88th legislative session, as well as her campaign manager in 2022 and in 2024. Excited to help her along during this few months journey we have ahead of us, and we're excited to get to work for the people of District 70 and of Texas.
Great. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Let's meet. Awesome. Let's meet our comedic guest for tonight. First up, we have our beloved house comedian, Aaron Salinas. Aaron is a writer, actor, and director who loves to share a laugh with folks almost as much as he loves to share a meal with them. Please welcome Aaron to the show.
I like how my bio after Jordan's is like he tells fart jokes in front of people. That's his contributions to the state. That's
Never estimate the value of a good fart joke.
we're both serving our state well. What I'll say.
Our next comedic guest tonight is a rising stand-up comedian and actor, Aritro Basu. Aritro started doing comedy in Atlanta with stand-up, and now he's in Austin, still hitting the stage with mostly doing sketch comedy and improv with his troupe 1-800 Changed My Life. He's the new kid on the block, figuring it out, and somehow it's going pretty well. Welcome, Aritro.
Thank you. I was also with Aaron, Stephanie, and Amy for Over the Ledge, this podcast, but the show.
You're right. I totally forgot we did a live show. It certainly doesn't haunt me at all. Ever.
and there's talks of another one happening.
I know.
Come with us. Finally, we have the creator and the ruler of the Over the Ledge empire, who needs no introduction, Stephanie. Last night I threw my back out by simply sleeping. Chiarello.
Thank you. True story. I don't know what I did, but
Oh, no.
I woke up with like back spasms and I couldn't make them go away. And I
Tiger
had
balm.
a rough night.
Tiger
Yeah.
Balm. Tiger Balm fixes
Tiger
everything.
balm. Okay. Yeah, I kept like but I was still kind of half asleep also, so I
That's the
couldn't.
worst.
Oh, and now I don't even know if it was real. Why don't you tell me? Because you're a man,
Probably
Aaron.
real.
Tell me if it was
Well,
real.
see, back spasms originated.
Thank you for that.
See, what you probably did there was,
Yeah. Hold on. Let me come over real quick. Let me help.
just a reminder, if you like what you're listening to, and how could you not, and you're in a position to help, please become a patron at whatever level is meaningful to you. It helps us produce the podcast and any live shows in the future. Sponsor at whatever level is meaningful to you at patreon.com/join/overtheledge. Now it's time for What's Up in Texas with our host, Stephanie Chiarello.
Yay! Wagga wagga wagga! What's up in Texas, everyone? Lubbock State Representative Dustin Burrows was elected Speaker of the House this session. It was a narrow win against his opponent David Cook, who was propped up by out-of-state money. Not quite enough money to burrow him, however.
Oh,
The Speaker pulled ahead just in time. But mega donor Tim Dunn, who supported David Cook, said, "You better watch out, Dustin. I'm not done yet."
oh my gosh.
So many funds, so many in one. The big three, Burrows, Patrick, and Abbott, are navigating a new dynamic as they decide who wears the pants, Patrick, who wears the wig, Abbott, and who wears whatever the other two want.
Ooh, yeah.
Awkward. I waited till committee assignments were already out, Jordan.
Much appreciated.
Some of Patrick's top Senate priorities include restricting THC and infusing religion in schools. Sounds counterproductive to me because getting too high for the first time is how many people find God.
Wait, don't we got like school shootings and like mental health crisis? You're right.
I think prayers can just fix all of that.
I think that's part of DEI, Aaron, and we can no longer
Oh, God.
talk about it. Patrick also listed a Texas, is it Dodge bill? What is the
Doge.
douche? Patrick also listed a Texas douche bill in his top 20 to mirror Elon Musk's government efficiency effort. Not to be outdone, Patrick is enlisting 8-year-olds to lead the office. Don't worry, they're qualified since at age 4 they drew Texas's last redistricting maps.
They do a better job.
It's sad still.
It's sad. It's all sad. The Lege is fast-tracking school voucher bills that stalled in 2023 special sessions, intent on stealing money from rural school districts, public schools, children with special needs, and low-income families. Abbott explained the only thing better than passing vouchers would be if he could steal children's lunch money directly.
He's
Freshman
basically
state-
there.
It's so close. I guess he did steal their lunch money for this summer.
Yeah.
Freshman State Representative Hopper has filed a bill to dissolve the Texas Education Agency. In a rare move, Governor Greg Abbott opposes this bill. Said Abbott, "If we don't have public schools, where will I find the money to siphon off for the private schools?" Thank you. Awkward. Several anti-vaccine bills have been filed to weaken vaccine mandates, including one that would amend the Texas Constitution to, quote, preserve Texas's right to refuse vaccination. Oh, hell yeah, we're so back, said measles to polio. Texas Republican legislators are considering eliminating daylight savings time. When asked for a comment, a spokesperson explained, "Daylight has the same rights as everyone else and can pull itself up by its bootstraps. We don't need to be springing forward or falling back to accommodate anyone." As promised, the Republican Party pledges to continue plunging the state deeper into darkness at every possible level.
I actually agree with that one.
Yeah, I will say they
They do.
say during these times to cultivate micro hope. That's my micro hope. Can we get rid of daylight savings?
Daylight savings?
Statistically, more people have heart attacks and get into car accidents on daylight savings time on that day.
And it's hard to get up for school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tantrums.
Just keep it all the
It's
same.
dark at 4:00.
Well, no, keep the other one, not the keep the daylight savings time, not the standard one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like whatever keeps it light longer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, if that's my micro hope, screw it. That's my micro hope.
I like that word, Aaron. Did you make that up?
No, it's some TikTok. That word would not exist had January 8th kept. It still happened.
If January wasn't 79 days long.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, 2 more for you guys. State Representative Brian Harrison. This is an inside baseball because you got to know who Brian Harrison is, but let's see.
Okay, Jordan
State
better laugh at this
Representative. What, Amy?
I said Jordan better laugh at this one because we won't get it.
Pressure's on, man.
State Representative Brian Harrison has been throwing such big temper tantrums at the mic that Texas Republicans are considering a 6-week ban on him, too.
That's good. That's good.
Thank you. Thank you. And finally, this one is so wrong. Governor Greg Abbott has taken aim at DEI in Texas colleges yet again, prompting some Texas colleges to remove references to race and equity from their course titles. African American history is now called history of, black people.
It's just in parentheses. It's just
really small. Okay, and that's what's up in Texas.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, sorry. So that happened again. Monologue, more like Mo, no Mo, please. Okay, she writes this.
Yeah, say that again. Monologue, no more, please. Let's try again.
Okay, I'll try it again. Monologue, more like Ma, no Mo, please.
Perfect.
You get what you wanted?
I did. Thank you.
Sorry.
Did you just mansplain your own joke that you wrote? Did you? What, you just went on a diatribe at the beginning of that?
She kind of needed to because I didn't quite know where she was going with it. Okay, audience, let me tell you how this podcast works. On tonight's episode, Aaron and Aricho are competing against each other for the coveted Most Knowledgeable Comedian in Austin Award. This award is given to the comedian who knows the most about Texas politics, according to the outcome of the games on our show. Stephanie, show the award.
Whoa.
Made in Italy. Made in Italy.
Whoever wins gets bragging rights and their photo on social media. Wow! A phallic bowling trophy. This is why we need patrons, so we can offer a real prize. The contestants can use our celebrity guests 3 times total between the 2 games as a phone a friend. And no, they don't get the actual trophy. This is all just smoke and mirrors and empty promises.
Because I've won that trophy like 30 times at this
You
point.
have one.
Like,
He doesn't have a 1.
and I've never had it once.
Now it's time to play our first game. You tell me. Our favorite game used to be tweets or twasn'ts, but Elon. So now we're playing an improv game. Stephanie will read you an actual filed bill's description, and you tell her what the author's motivation was behind the bill. What's the person's story that made this legislator file that bill? Stephanie asked AI to write a backstory. Jordan will decide if the AI or the comedian backstory or story is funnier, and that comedian gets a point. Ooh, pressure's on Jordan.
Oh.
Yes, y'all,
We're ruthless. These are professionals.
So, Richo and Aaron, you're making up the backstory. This is called improv. I don't know if you've heard about it, but actually, it's when you make stuff up about the backstory. So
It sounds diverse, equitable, and inclusive. I don't think we should do it.
Yeah.
Makes me uncomfortable.
I got it. Well, then I'll scrap this. We'll scrap it.
Just
Never
scrap the
mind.
show.
Yeah, it's just
We'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay, so Jordan, you get to decide if you like what they make up or what I tell you AI made up about real bills.
Got it. Sounds fun.
The first bill is House Bill 427 by Briscoe Kane. I'm sorry, Eritrea, this is for you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And will you talk a little closer to your mic?
Can you hear me?
A little more Eritrea.
Let me change my mic then to
Okay.
my computer.
I can hear him.
Oh, I shouldn't hum that.
We don't have the rights to that.
Ba-dum. I did. Jordan, are you in the Chief of Staff chat? And did you listen to that AI song?
I did. That was very fun. Yes.
Is this better for me talking?
Oh my God, that's so much better.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
I just changed my mic from my headphones to my
Okay.
computer.
great.
So
Okay.
check it.
It's House Bill 427 by Briscoe Kane. It allows pregnant women to drive in a high occupancy lane. 427 by Briscoe Kane, allowing pregnant women to drive in
Okay.
a high occupancy lane. Why? What's the backstory here, Eritrea?
Sneaky.
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. Someone was like giving birth and they probably wanted to take the express lane, but then they got pulled over because the cop was like, there's only one person in the car. But there's like half a person coming out into the car too, but that didn't count enough. So probably they're like, when I get to the hospital, the first thing I do before giving birth is file this bill. And so yeah, I think that's the answer.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm going to tell you what AI said.
Okay.
AI said Briscoe Kane filed House Bill 427 because he got stuck in traffic behind a minivan with an "abortion is murder" bumper sticker and thought, wait a minute, if life begins at conception, shouldn't Becky from Bible study get to use the HOV lane? Thanks, AI.
That's what AI said?
That's what AI said.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Those are both very good options.
Okay, which one really feels like the backstory? And don't worry that Eritrea's like winning the trophy depends on you picking.
Well, it's
Mine's-
really a 51-49% decision here, a contested race. I would say the AI one on this one, I would say has the edge up here.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm
I
just gonna quit my
personally,
career.
I personally
Coming for
think
your career, yeah.
Briscoe watched Men in Black, where he saw Will Smith deliver that alien baby in the movie, and it was like all goopy and gross, and he was like, if only there was a safer lane for this to happen, and he allowed the high occupancy lane.
Yeah,
That is
take
such a
that
good movie.
AI.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, surprise! The representative is here.
Oh, great.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, Jordan just bailed the second she showed up. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, I just heard a thank God and him dip.
She's the star.
Okay, we can't hear you, Representative. That's okay. Oh, no.
Still no.
No, on your mic there is a button to go up and down.
How about now?
Oh,
There we go.
yes.
Perfect.
All I heard was alien baby.
Yeah, that's basically where we're at.
And we're giving you no further context.
And then Jordan left, so he's not
Oh,
fired.
again. Oh wow. Okay, I hope you stick around, Jordan. Hello, Representative. How are you?
Hello, I'm running late. I am so sorry.
Thank
It
you for
has
being
been
here.
It has been a hectic day today.
Sounds
Congratulations on your committee assignments.
like it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. I think we were really happy and we're excited to finally get to work. And yeah, it's pretty cool when you get what you asked for.
That is great.
Wow, tell me more. I don't know how that feels. We were just talking about micro joys,
Micro Hope.
Oh,
micro hope. We have some micro hope.
yeah, you need a lot of that when you're working in the state legislature, especially as a Democrat in Texas, right?
Yes.
You need to hold on to as much micro hope as you can possibly get.
We're going to start micro dosing in hope.
Well, oh my God, what kind of podcast did I come
That's
on?
true.
The fun kind, Representative.
Exactly.
The fun kind.
Yeah.
I thought we're going backwards when it comes to medicinal marijuana and those types of medicines. I thought we were going to join the rest of the country, but I guess Dan Patrick has other plans for Texas, one of the #1 agricultural states in the nation.
Oh, that's right. I imagine there'd
What do
be a
we
lot of
think his-
people who would support
We're
those industries.
playing a game actually right now where I'm reading off a real bill and then I'm asking our comedians to give us the backstory. Like, why did they introduce this bill? So let's just.
Are you saying the member's name, or do we have to guess the member?
Oh no, I'm saying the member's name.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but let's just do an impromptu one right now that doesn't count. But Aaron and Aretro together, why do you think Dan Patrick wants to ban THC? What's the backstory?
He took a gummy and it just didn't end well. I think that's basically what happened.
Yeah, he didn't start low and go slow, you know?
No, he just went all in and took the whole bottle of gummies.
I think it all like comes down to whenever he was in high school and he saw like all the cool kids smoking what the kids call a bone back in the day. And
back in what day?
Yeah, just back in the day, smoking a J, a bone,
I feel like I'm the
as you
oldest
will.
person on this
You are not.
podcast.
I doubt it.
You're not. No.
And
I
then-
never heard of a smoking a bone, but okay. Well, I'll
then-
continue down this journey with you.
And then Dan came over and he was like, "Hey, chums, may I partake in a marijuana cigarette?" And they said, "No, Dan, what's his real name?
Danny.
Go.
Danny Gobe." They were like, "No, Danny, get out of here. You're no fun. You're rascal. Get out of here." And he's cried ever since, every day. And so he's got an agenda against anything. Like, he thought the Toronto maple leaves were actually a marijuana leaf, so he has hated the Toronto maple leaves. Anything that looks like a marijuana paraphernalia, he's not down
Bone?
for. Anything that looks like a bone, that's how he does it. He's like, "We will not be partaking in the THCs." That's how he does it.
All right. Thank you very much. So, Representative, you get to decide. I'm going to read the bill,
Okay.
and then Aaron and Aretro are competing. They're going to tell you what the backstory is, and then I'm going to give you an alternative backstory that AI wrote, and you pick your favorite.
And do we actually know the backstory? Or
No, we're making
Okay.
it up. I mean,
So basically, we're
well,
wanting
this
to
is
see
going to
if
make me want to go ask. Like, what was the backstory? on
we
this?
want you to go.
So I was on this podcast, and
Yeah.
So what we're asking representatives is, do you think writers deserve jobs, or do you think AI can just take our jobs? It's up to you. I'm not trying to pigeonhole you. I'm just laying out an easier way to break down the game for you.
that's
Okay.
a better. That's a pretty hard question. Okay, I'm listening.
Well, that
The
was
bill.
really partly why I did this. I was curious. But
Sometimes
I think
it's really
we're better.
bad.
We're way
So-
better. Okay, Aaron, this one is for you.
Uh-huh.
House Bill 760 by Harrison requires all state official documents that reference money to call it the people's money, not government funds, not state money, not state funds, but the people's money. What is the backstory? Why does Brian Harrison?
No, the thing is, I'm familiar with this, and
Okay.
Harrison and I actually partake in at least one lunch a week, so I'm very familiar with this. So what actually happened is he had a pretty traumatic childhood. He was the youngest of all of his cousins, so that meant whenever they were playing Monopoly, things just got really hectic and just really aggressive with them. And I'm not channeling this from myself at all whatsoever. But he would always lose. He would always, end up with the crappy properties, the ones that are like $12, and then the rent is, on a hotel $100. It's terrible. And his cousins always got Boardwalk and all those. So he never ended up winning until one day. Harrison told me he was so excited that he actually won. And he was just piling all the money. And then his cousin said, "Well, actually, we all win because it's the people's money. It's the people's at this table's money. So you don't actually win, Harrison. You chump." And they pushed him. And he says he feels like he has always been falling ever since they pushed him off of that chair. And he has just continued to fall. And he's just trying to make little Harrison feel whole again.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. I hear a lot of bullying in your stories. I hope that you've gotten help.
Yeah,
Poor
Stephanie, I was
Harrison.
chubby my entire life. You don't think I fixed an ounce of bullying? Of course I'm pulling from that.
God, this hurts. Okay, here's what AI had to say. Brian Harrison filed House Bill 760 because he lost a bet with his libertarian uncle, who dared him to sneak the people's money into every government document without anyone noticing. Or maybe he just got tired of explaining to donors why their tax dollars weren't being used to fund his back mic rants. I love that AI got the punchline, but they didn't get the setup at all. Right?
Viable. I will admit, both are
so
viable.
which story, Representative, entertained you more, Aaron's or AI's? And Aaron is depending on your vote.
I really like Aaron's, but
Yeah.
I think both of those are wrong. I think that he's just a secret socialist. And
It
he
does sound.
You better be careful with that word.
It
That's
sounds pretty pinko to me. The people's money.
Awesome. Okay, I think we're gonna give it to Aaron. We're gonna give a point to Aaron.
that was it. Yeah.
Okay, a retro.
Okay.
House Bill 609 by the suit, which is related to the cleaning of a structure used to grow oysters for cultivated oyster mariculture. Why does Cody the suit care about the cleaning of a structure used to grow oysters for cultivated oyster mariculture?
Okay, well, Cody, his name is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Cody, I actually read about this the other day. Cody, ever since he was a kid, he used to fly a kite every single day. And he was flying the kite right next to the ocean, as every child does.
Every child
and then
does.
he just got stuck in this thing, and he never could figure out why it kept getting stuck in this thing. And then recently, he finally got enough money, and he's got a job now. So he drove back to where he grew up, and he noticed it was an oyster structure. And he said, this is hurting too much. He saw 3 more kites that were stuck on that thing. And he was like, I need to save the future of kite flyers near this oyster structure. So I need to make sure this is cleaned thoroughly so that future Americans will have a beautiful, beautiful kite flying session near the Gulf of America or Mexico or whatever it's going to be in the future.
You know,
Hero of
Ojo,
the
I
people,
read
really.
that article, and I think there's a
Oh.
theme song that goes to
Oh.
that. It's called Kite by the Ocean. Kite by the ocean.
Okay, AI believes Cody the suit filed House Bill 609 because he lost a very specific fight with an oyster farmer who told him, if you care so much about clean government, why don't you start with my oyster cages? Or maybe he just really wants his next Gulf Coast seafood platter to taste less like old boots and more like victory.
Ooh. That one's hard. Both are reasonable and could be acceptable. I've worked with Representative Vasut on some legislation, so I could see him having both of those reasons for filing.
But I think a retro, I think we default to the
I just think
comedian.
he uses them as an aphrodisiac, and he just wants really clean oysters.
I mean, don't we all?
Ooh, oh, somehow I didn't tell my joke about his bill about erectile dysfunction. Huh? Right. How did I forget that bill?
Wait,
oh
did we lose
no.
Aaron?
Jordan is having a heart attack right now, by the way.
There we go.
Can we see a picture of Jordan real
Yes,
quick after
he's-
that
no, he's-
answer?
Hello, Jordan.
Is Jordan still alive?
He's there. Maybe he's like locking the door. Okay. Back to you, Aaron. Do we have no? That was
That's
3
me.
4. This is you, Aaron. Okay. House Bill 1177 by Cunningham relates to the creation of the criminal offense of diverting or impounding the flow of surface water in a manner that damages the property of another by the overflow of the water diverted or impounded. So
In an oyster
pretty much
tank?
you somehow, encage water on your property or you let it go on somebody else's property. That's the problem. What happened to Cunningham?
Yeah, so it's actually funny that you bring this up to me because this is something near and dear to my heart. Because I think hoarding water is especially devious.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And it's only fitting that a gentleman named Cunning would come up with this bill to come up with it. And funny enough, he actually comes from a long line of pig farmers. So it makes sense. Cunningham's, and their logo was a pig in like a little trench coat and like a little hat, and he was being very cunning and devious. But the issue was the pig farmer next door, which were the devilish sows was their last name,
yes.
and they were notorious for hoarding water. And they were like, oh, this is all my. They were like Coca-Cola in Mexico. They were just taking all the water up from themselves. Look it up; it's a real thing, and that's why I'm consuming Pepsi Zero only. Anyway, they said like, hey, it's this water is all for us, and we're nobody can have this water. And the Cunninghams were like, hey, we could really use some of that water. Our hams are getting a little dry. We need some water over here for the hams. And they were like, fine, you want all the water? And they dumped all the water. And luckily, nobody really knows this. Along with being cunning, the piggies are actually very resourceful. So they were able to build boats very quickly in the matter. Like, nobody knows this, but like on Noah's Ark, nobody needed to bring on the pigs. They knew what to do. They were building boats and stuff. They didn't need Noah. They're like, we got it, dude. We're fine. You can learn from us a thing or two. So his family would have been destroyed had it not been for the cunningness of their hams. So it's something near and dear to his heart. He knows that many other farm animals are not resourceful like the Cunningham hams.
Well,
how?
I'm only just now putting together ham and pig. Okay, or Representative Orr. Cunningham filed House Bill 1177 after losing a heated HOA meeting where his backyard was described as a natural retention pond instead of completely flooded thanks to Bob's terrible landscaping choices. Determined to make sure no one else suffered from rogue do-it-yourself water projects, he took his fight to the legislature.
I'm going to have to go with AI on that, but I'm still confused with what his bill does, to be quite honest.
I think it prevents you from taking a creek and damming it up so that nobody down properly.
I think he just heard it was a water session and he's like, I need a water bill. And his staff was like, put that into AI, and that's what it shot back. So.
Oh my God, AI versus AI. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I have many, many more of these, but you guys went into such great depth in the backstory, so I think we're going to move on. We're going to move on. But Amy,
too closely.
Yeah, we're just on top of the ledge. Let's be real. Me and Aricha, we just hang out outside every day.
Amy, I would like them to both get 2 points. Because
They've each got 1 point. So
okay, one is good. As long as they're tied.
Don't have pity on us against AI. No, we have to prove that we're fighting the machines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to have a chance.
Okay. Amy.
All right, it's good to know every villain's backstory, I guess. Now it's time to play our second game. Budget? I barely know it.
That's so dumb. That's
So dumb, right? Who wrote
so
that
dumb.
game?
Budget quiz. Here we go. Stephanie?
Okay, these are multiple choice and representative. You get to be the phone a friend.
Okay.
One of them. And
Oh my God.
Maybe you show it
Feel
on
bad
your
for my
face.
friends.
Remember.
I swear.
Okay.
I told the speaker, I said anything but appropriations.
Yeah, I can't decide. I think you put Harrison on the probes, and I don't know if that was a punishment or.
It's a 7 a.m. meeting. That's what it is. Who
Yeah.
wants to do math at 7 a.m.? That is a special kind of person.
A middle schooler.
AI.
Yeah.
Okay, these are multiple choice, a retro. The
Okay.
Texas Legislature's 2025 budget includes $1 billion for a private school voucher program. What is the primary concern opponents have about this program? Is it A, it will increase public school funding? Is it B? Is it B, will reduce funding for public schools? Is it
Impossible.
C, it will make private schools free for everyone, or D, it requires students to switch schools every year?
Well, it could be multiple choice at this point. Sorry. I know no one asked me.
Well, everything is about you on this
Yes.
show, so please
Oh.
talk more. This is for you. How are you feeling,
Okay.
Aritro?
I'm feeling this is a tough one because if you want to pay for school, why not let the private schools just be richer, right?
Yeah,
Just
bruh.
feed into the oligarchy. Let's just go. But
Yeah, bruh.
but I think the answer is probably B because people like free school.
I think you're probably right. It may reduce funding for public schools. And Aritro is actually in our live show as one of the private school vultures.
True.
And they were
Who was
some.
the other one actually?
It was me.
It
was me.
I don't remember. Oh my God,
It was
Aaron was
me,
also
bruh.
there, bro.
No way, bruh.
Yeah. Who needs teachers, bro? Okay, I'll send you a link to that. Excellent. Good job, Aritro. Aaron, the proposed budget includes restrictions on funding for public universities that A, offer diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. B, require history classes on Texas government. C, provide free tuition for undocumented students. Or D, offer online degree programs. What is the restriction on funding for public school universities?
This just makes me all so sad because like my hometown still doesn't have reliable drinking water yet. We're concentrating on this shit. So we're gonna
Focus
go.
on your micro joy.
Thank you. You're correct. You're correct.
Oh, this is
The
Sorry.
DEI answer.
You're correct. Yes. Restrictions on funding, which stands for doing everything incorrectly. That's what the legislature is doing. Okay, Aritro, the 2025 budget increases funding for border security operations with money allocated for A, state-funded border wall and increased National Guard presence. B, free legal assistance for immigrants seeking asylum. Expanding work visa programs. Or a federal-state partnership to reform immigration policies.
So do they want bigger guns or more people in this country? It's a tough one. What is Texas like? Probably go for A.
Correct. Aaron, wow, we're keeping the momentum going here with our micro
Find
joy.
your micro joy.
There, it's gone.
There is a dandelion in every swamp. There is a dandelion in every swamp. We can find the hope.
Look for the helper.
There's a dandelion in Cunningham's front yard.
There are too many damn dandelions because of my neighbor. Aaron, what is the Texas Legislature's stance on expanding Medicaid in the new budget? A, Texas is expanding Medicaid to cover more low-income families. B, Medicaid will be available only for children under 12. C, Texas continues to reject Medicaid expansion. Or D, the budget eliminates Medicaid entirely.
I'm gonna call on Rep. I
Oh no, don't call on me.
don't think they're gonna try and eliminate it completely.
I mean, do we have
No.
any? I don't even know. I'm looking for it. I don't
mean,
know.
I'm assuming they want to. What was C, Stephanie?
C was reject Medicaid expansion.
I would just go with that one.
I would go with that,
That feels
one,
like
right?
a safe one.
Yeah, I would
let's
say
go with that one.
expansion. Yeah.
You're right. They continue to reject Medicaid expansion.
But I think the long goal, the stretch goal, I think, is to roll it back, reduce, and just pretend like it never happened.
Because that's what Jesus would do.
Exactly.
That's
That's exactly what Jesus would
It just doesn't sound very fiscally responsible to just turn away allocated money from the feds to our state. I've never really understand the logic behind that besides we don't like Obama.
God, that's the only logic they need.
Well, I mean, look what Trump is doing. I mean, he's just cutting everything. I'm really going to love to see what their little pie chart looks like for school funding when they remove all the federal money that's on that pie chart.
Yeah,
I haven't brought that pie chart out yet.
That's
No. All right, on that exciting topic, Eritrea, this is your last question.
Ooh,
Abortions.
nice.
The budget includes new abortion-related measures, including A, expanding exceptions for rape and incest, B, allowing local governments to fund abortion services, C, no changes to existing laws, or D, reclassifying abortion medications as controlled substances.
Ooh.
Okay.
What are the new abortion-related measures?
I guess I'll also phone a friend because I have
I really need to read this budget.
I think you knew based on your responses. I could tell you knew which one it was.
I would go with the worst. The worst option possible. I would just go with that one.
Yeah. Which one was that one?
There was expanding
The ones where
exceptions.
we're putting women in jail for just needing basic health care.
Yeah.
I would go with yes, D, reclassifying abortion medications as controlled substances.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was trying to. I was like, that doesn't sound good, so I'm assuming it's that.
Yeah.
So it is on the same level as cocaine, heroin, meth, synthetic steroids, manufactured narcotics, and stimulants.
You sure had that
I mean,
list
they all
at
make
the tip of
babies,
your
right?
fingers, Aaron.
Well, because I was curious, because I just learned recently that in the state of Texas, a cartridge of marijuana is considered a controlled substance. So it's
Yeah.
basically having cocaine.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I see all my friends like walking around with it. I'm like, dude, you just find the wrong cop, and they're going to deem that cocaine. That's a federal offense, bro.
Yeah,
That is
and
not.
and you're
That isn't
you're
a bone like
trafficking
Danny
it
Go.
from a legal state. So you're
Yeah.
taking it across state lines.
I had so that's why I'm like, so like, does that mean Plan B is going to be deemed?
I think that's what they want.
That's the
I
goal?
think that, and this is the thing, is that, a lot of these where women get the death penalty or women are put in jail, even some of the most conservative people don't want those type of laws. The pro-life movement was actually against that type of legislation. So these are some special members that are filing these type of bills.
That's such a polite way to put that, Rep. God bless you. That is.
I'm in a purple district, y'all.
So I will say what I want to say, but you special, unique.
You're pretty much one of
Politician.
the only members who survived Governor Abbott's civil onslaught, right?
Yeah, the governor did say he was going to flip my seat, and that didn't happen. So, but that doesn't mean we're cocky about it. But yeah, he tried.
Okay. Well, I mean, I did see your tweet. You were like, "You missed me," so I think you were a little cocky about it, but that's okay.
I don't want Jordan to freak out again.
Okay, we're
On
fine.
day one, she was cocky about it on day one.
You know what? The thing is that I think districts like mine are very much needed. We have a lot of very safe seats, and that means that a lot of times our members, they stop talking to their constituents, after their primary. And if we had more people on the House floor that had to go all the way through a general election and talk to a general electorate audience, I don't think we would have as many people who would say stupid things like vouchers don't defund our schools, right? Because we knocked 84,000 doors on my election last campaign, and I don't remember very many people saying that they want welfare for the well-off. And I'm in one of the most wealthiest districts in the state of Texas. That's why people move to Plano, Texas, for the public schools, so they don't have to spend $30,000-$40,000 a year on private schools, right? We want strong public education, and our chambers want that, our local ISDs, our local municipalities. Everybody wants it. The only one who wants a voucher scheme is Greg Abbott, because he's got to pay back a $12 billion bribe or $1 million bribe. So
Wow.
And it's
Maybe we could do a
collecting interest.
GoFundMe for him. Maybe.
Oh
that
my
would-
God, Amy, we're Over the Ledge is going to do a GoFundMe for Greg Abbott.
Right. I know.
love
I
it.
just thought about it. I just.
You're such a caring person, Amy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get out of this budget. Last question for you, Aaron. A proposed bill in the session would create a new type of marriage in Texas called A, provisional marriage, B, covenant marriage,
Oh.
C, trial marriage, or D, permanent partnership.
Yikes.
Covenant sounds religious-y, so they're always trying to put things in the bill that are religious-y. But permanent partner seems like a way that they're trying. All right. Stephanie, you are very expressive. B sounds
She's like,
pretty-
no.
B sounds pretty good though.
Partnership. That sounds too much like DEI.
Yeah. That's true. That should have been a telltale.
Yeah.
B sounds like a, but so does A, and potentially C.
Okay, you've eliminated one.
He's won a
I'll go
lot,
with B.
Stephanie. Just let him.
I like Alien Covenant. It's a pretty good movie. I'll go with that one.
You're right. It is a covenant marriage. This is Cody Vasut, the same gentleman who has the erectile dysfunction bill. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this marriage. I don't know. I know his wife knows. I know he doesn't know. Yeah. Okay, Amy, how did we do? How did we do?
3-3. Everybody's tied. Four
Okay.
total.
Awesome. We're going to quickly go
Look
through
at
this
the
little...
DEI in this podcast.
They're going to just take us off
Such
the air.
an equal opportunity.
We do what we can. We do what we can.
So cute.
Okay, these are going to be tiebreakers. Today is Galentine's Day. I'm just skipping ahead, Amy.
Yeah.
So you each get an opportunity for two. You get no help on this one. Okay, so
Okay.
a retro, true or false. Galentine's Day. Nope, back in time. True or false? Leslie Knope, the character who created Galentine's Day, celebrates it by taking her friends to a baseball game.
Does Leslie take them to a baseball game?
I feel like I should know this.
I should know this.
I think Amy knows it.
Of course I know it.
Of course, I know it as well.
I'd say true. It seems like something she'd do that she think is fun and quirky for her gal pals.
Amy.
It's brunch. Of course it's brunch. It's
Oh,
down.
okay.
Come on,
Aritro.
Aritro. I'm going to give you -5 points for not knowing it was brunch.
Treat yourself.
You get waffles with extra whipped cream.
Okay, Aaron. Win, Aaron. The purpose of Galentine's Day is to celebrate romantic relationships. True
False.
or false?
Oh,
You're
it's
It's so much
like
easier.
Okay, that was kind of an easy one.
okay.
minus
Aritro.
5 points.
It's hard to climb back from -5.
Okay, multiple choice. Aritro. What is Leslie Knope's go-to Galentine gift for her friends? A. Expensive jewelry. B. A bouquet of flowers. C. A box of chocolates. Or D. Handmade scrapbooks.
It's handmade scrapbooks for sure.
Good. Yes, you guys
Yes.
are killing it. Okay.
Wait a
Aaron.
minute. Who has time to invent Galentine's, plan a fabulous brunch,
Leslie
and make
Knope.
all of her lady friends scrapbooks? Who has time for this?
Well, only a TV character. Nobody in real life.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Aaron, for the win or the tie. Which is one traditional Galentine's Day food, according to Parks and Rec? A. Pizza. B. Waffles. C. Sushi. D. Cupcakes.
B, waffles.
Okay.
I'm just proving I do nothing besides TV and movies. I just
I think we have a tie. I think.
I thought it was Gulf of America
I
oysters.
understand.
Damn, I'm really bad at Galentine's.
Actually, Aaron won
Oh.
that one. They in the tiebreaker by 1 point or 6 points if you do my -5 that I gave her return for not knowing brunch.
Okay. All
There's
right
a
then.
back from that. Let's be honest.
Okay. Here you go, Aaron. Take it through the camera.
What is that?
Oh right, you weren't here for the
Oh, that's right.
Intro.
This is the most knowledgeable.
Is that a
Baby.
bowling pin?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's a trophy for the most knowledgeable comedian in Austin,
Yes.
which
Cute.
today is Aaron. Highly
Your
coveted
mom
award.
is gonna be so proud of you.
She tells me every day. She's like, I don't know what you're doing, baby, but you're doing
Keep
something.
doing it. I love that for you.
Thank you. I wish I didn't have to make it up.
Arrigo,
right.
you did a great job, Arrigo.
Yes,
It's hard
you
to
did.
beat the house comedian. It's pretty
Yeah.
hard. Yeah.
Especially when Stephanie's like, kind of give him
I do have a little crush on him. It's a
Resign.
little wrong.
I mean, how can
No.
you not? I mean,
How can you not?
no.
It's
Yeah.
I was too mesmerized.
Do you
to
know?
pay
I
attention.
get it with my unkempt hair and my weird random shit in the back. You know, there's a lot. I offer a lot.
All right, now is the time for the main attraction. State Representative Mihaela Plesa, please welcome the representative to the show.
Oh,
Pew, pew,
thank
pew.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for driving home and immediately hopping on this call with us.
I was so excited, and I was like telling my staff, like, I have to get on this show. It's the most important show that I'm
Thank
going
you.
to do this session.
It is. Thank you.
And, you know,
Suck it, Scott Braddock. Thank you. They keep going.
oh my God. Does he? I don't even think he has people on his show, but no, this is awesome. I'm super
Thank you.
excited to be here and give you guys all the wrong answers.
Okay, so one of the coolest things about you is that you used to be a staffer and now you're a legislator. Will you talk to us about that journey?
Oh my God, it was long and arduous. There was crying. No, you know, I was one of those people who was like, what is going on at the Texas Capitol? Why are they not working on anything that matters? And it was like kind of like around Trump time, you know, like he had just gotten elected, and we thought the world was going to go to hell in the handbasket, and kind of did, but I digress. So yeah, I just decided to, you know, go work as a staffer at the Texas Capitol and just keep an eye on what was going on up there. And just really enjoyed it, and worked for some really cool members, and had some exciting stories. And then redistricting happened, and you know, Texas doesn't have like an independent redistricting committee, so members draw their own districts. And in 2018 in Collin County, there were two members, Jeff Leach and Matt Shaheen, who had really close races. Like Matt had a really close race, and so they thought, hey, this is a great opportunity for us to just pad our districts and create a very competitive district in Southwest Collin County. And it just so happened my house was like right in the middle of it. So no one thought I could win, but like God and my mama. And I just remember like talking to my fiance about it and just being like, should I run? And he was like, you should do it, because I'm tired of hearing you bitch about everything that goes on down there.
And you were like, that's going on my campaign mailer.
Yeah, I was like,
my fiance
hey, Plesa,
said.
tired of bitching. Ready to bitch for you.
Who
That
was
was
it? You had a fake family on her mailers.
I don't remember. I don't
I
know.
know.
I know
I
that
remember.
there's a bunch of people that put fake stuff though. I mean, but yeah, so I had like a really competitive primary in 22 and had a really competitive runoff. I only won my primary to make it into the runoff by 29 votes.
I didn't know that.
Whoa! Congratulations, man.
It was almost a perfect three-way tie between me and my two other opponents. Like I almost really literally was a three-way tie. So it was super close. Like when I tell you nobody thought I could win, I mean, nobody thought I could win. But we knocked a ton of doors. We had a lot of conversations. We kept the campaign about the people, the messages that really mattered to the district. We knew it was a competitive race, but we knew it was Democrats' basically best chance to win in 22. And so we did it. It was awesome. I think I was the only Democrat that flipped a seat that year.
I think
I think I should know this.
And you're the first woman to represent
I'm the
Collin
first Democrat to represent Collin County in 30 years.
Whoa.
I'm the first female Democrat to ever represent Collin County. I'm the first Romanian American.
I think you're the only Romanian American in
I am.
the legislature.
I'm the only Romanian American currently elected to state or higher.
Wow.
Did we think there might be a Romanian American that's like mayor somewhere in Florida, but
Y'all don't have a caucus?
caucus of one, baby. Okay, I have a funny story to tell you.
Okay.
So when I got elected, I get a call from the ambassador to Romania. And I'm like, oh, wow, holy shit, this is like a big deal. And he's like, yeah, you're one of 2 elected Romanians in the country. At the time, I was one of 2. The other guy was a gentleman by the name of Ben Toma, who was the Speaker of the House in Arizona.
Oh, wow.
Ah.
And so I get to go to DC. I'm meeting all the Romanians, you know, being like, what's up? I'm a Democrat. And the other guy, he is a Republican. And all these Romanians are like, how did you get elected as a Democrat? Because Romanians, we vote Republican.
Oh.
You know, we're against the communists and the socialists. And we fled that. We don't want that. And I'm just like, y'all, do y'all understand? Like, the communists were burning books, and so are the Republicans. The communists were banning abortion, and so are the Republicans. I mean, that is why we had the orphan problem that we had in Romania in the late 80s, early 90s. So for me, I don't equate the Democratic Party at all with communism. I am seeing more flare-ups of communism in the Republican Party lately, especially with the people's money. I mean, what is that all about?
Yes,
That is straight out of some Lenin.
He was playing Monopoly as a child. That's what that's all about.
Okay.
I tried telling you.
Sure. But yeah, so but my district's amazing. I represent Plano, Richardson, far north Dallas, and Allen. It's a growing district, right? But yeah, so that's what happened, and then came back, won it again in 24, and will be working for the people as long as they have me.
That's great.
Go ahead, Aaron.
I was going to say it would have been a lot easier if you just said you represent the Babes Fried Chicken district, because that's all where that's where I know the Babes Fried Chickens are. So did you say that? Oh yeah, I've been to the one in Plano.
I have really great restaurants all throughout my district. My district
For
is
real.
a very it's like a majority minority district, but it's a lot of immigrant communities. So we have Southeast Asian. So I have like the best restaurants.
Sign me up.
We need to do an Overledge field trip to your district and Woo's district. Woo also
Yeah.
says he has like 98 different ethnicities in his
right.
district.
Mhm.
So you've been in the legislature when it's pretty polarizing. How do you work with members of the same party? Because we're certainly not all the same, no matter what party you're in. And how are you collaborating with members of the other party?
Well, I think just coming from staff, you realize like I got to get my member on some Republican bills. I got to JA a bunch of bills for my member. So it was kind of like natural to want to be someone who works across the aisle. I come from a household like my mom's a conservative, my dad's a liberal. So it's just a natural place for me to be. But I think, to run for office, you have to have a big personality, right? Especially if you're running in a competitive district. And so just understanding that everybody there is going to have a big personality. Everybody there had to do kind of what you did to get there, which is go to your town halls and go to your local country burger and, do all that stuff, right? Go to your chamber of commerce and knock a bunch of doors. And so everybody kind of feels like they've kind of earned it to be there. And so just showing respect to that, but also keeping it real, I think, is something that we used to do, or they used to do back in the day, that kind of got all prim and proper. And I think Trump has kind of shown us like we need to be real and human, because I don't think people are liking these fake personas that they're seeing from some of their politicians.
Mhm.
Real careful. Yeah, people don't like that.
They just want someone that's gonna walk like them, talk like them, have their own experiences, like, struggle, right? Have ups and downs, but also fight for them. And I think that's why you see some of the stuff that's happening on the House floor, because fighting looks different for everybody, right? And so
Aaron
just
and I are fighting right now.
Always.
I could tell something is off.
Yep.
But yeah, just but I am kind of also the type of person that likes to pass bills, and I had a bill last session with Bob Hall,
Wow.
a good old Plesa Hall bill. Yep. I would talk about it all the time on the campaign trail. He never mentioned it. Why?
That's so weird.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
So, but no, I like that. I like working across the aisle with my colleagues, but I'll also give them a hard time too when they're being dumb.
Thank you for doing that. I'm going to make a list of people I'd like you to talk to if you're amenable. Just things I see as a staffer that maybe you don't see now because you're a member. I just want to give you some suggestions.
Well, sometimes, I wish I didn't see some stuff, but you don't live in my skin anymore.
You're right. You're right. I'm looking. I've pulled up the bills that you have filed, and a lot of them have to do with education. There's a lot of criminal justice things. What is your biggest priority for this next session?
So Texas has a lot of work to do. I love the story of like the Texas miracle and like being strappy and like building yourself up by the bootstraps, and I like totally still believe in that, and I totally still believe that you can work hard and live the American dream. So I like to file legislation that helps Texans do that. And I see, if you're not healthy, then you can't go to work, right? You can't go to school, you can't do the basic things. Like if I'm an employer, I want a healthy staff working for me. So I think healthcare is just the foundation of everything that we do in our state. And then education. I mean, if you don't have someone that can think for themselves critically, and how are you building the workforce of tomorrow? How are you maintaining the 8th largest economy in the world? So I always kind of look at legislation for, is it going to promote the Texas miracle? Is it going to keep Texas the friendly state? And all the things that I kind of grew up on in my Texas history course that I hope we're not banning. I don't even know anymore what we're doing. Is it CRT? I have no clue. Anyway, but so it's just stuff like that. I get a lot of inspiration from the doors I knock and the stories that I hear, because I talk to a lot of people, and so they tell me, I want to feel safe in my community. I want my kids to be able to have access to good teachers and good tutors and extracurricular stuff. I want to be able to go to a doctor and it be covered by insurance. We're the least insured state in the nation, and our kids are suffering, our parents are suffering, and so that's kind of how I approach my legislation. But yeah, I got some stuff that I'm pushing. I don't know if I want to say it out here, and people are going to kill it.
I do wonder if like anyone on Greg Abbott's staff listens to this show and then has to report to him, and I hope so, but I don't think that happens. I don't think it happens at all.
Well, I mean, look, I have a bill that's very, very close to my heart I'll tell you guys about, but it's kind of a downer, and it's a story that I heard from knocking on doors, and it was a pro-life Republican woman who told me, she lived in a state where she had options, right? This is before Roe fell. And she had the choice. She had a debilitating diagnosis, so she knew that her child wasn't going to live past that first day. But yet she still chose to carry her child, and she said that she was not prepared for the trauma that came with having a stillbirth. And so just hearing her story and sitting with her really kind of inspired me to want to do something for the growing rate of infant mortality that we're seeing in our state. So that's just a really important one for me. Public safety is really important. months within taking my oath of office to protect 200,000 constituents in House District 70, I lost 3 of those constituents to the second largest mass shooting of 2023, the Allen shooting. And so our first responders, our 911 dispatchers were there on the worst day of some of my constituents' life. And so I want to make sure that they're, taken care of, that our 911 dispatchers are taken care of, that our cops aren't running into, a scene of a crime and the perpetrator has full-on body armor, and carrying weapons that will take out our officers in 30 seconds. I mean, these are common sense things that our law enforcement want, our community wants. And so I'm just kind of focused on stuff like that, that I hope will make a difference. Because we meet 140 days every 2 years, and that's not a lot of time to get a lot of stuff done. And then if we don't get it done, or we fight, or whatever, the governor's upset and vetoes 73 bills, or holds billions of dollars in school safety monies and things like that, it's not us that suffer. We're privileged. We get to sit on the House floor. It's the constituents that are suffering. They have to sit around for 2 more years while we get our shit together.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like your constituents are lucky to have you.
Yeah.
Aw,
Really?
thanks.
Sure.
Let's send this to them.
I will. We'll make a little video.
Yeah.
No, I love them. One of my favorite constituents, I'm not going to say her name, but met her knocking doors. She does not support me at all, but she is one of my favorite constituents. I think about her every time I walk in the Capitol, and I say, I'm doing this for her. Doing this for her too.
Yeah.
She's probably never going to vote for me, but she wrote me she actually even wrote me a letter where she was like, I don't support anything that you stand for. She was like, I do not, you and your party, I do not stand for any of it. I don't support any of it, but I do appreciate you knocking doors and being out there and working hard. So she sent me and I swear I keep it on my desk because that's what it's for. It's not for just the people that vote for me. It's for the people who don't support me, but took the time to write a letter that says, I don't support anything that you stand for, but you are one hard worker, and that is my role.
That is.
I'm coming for you next session, though.
I will be running against you. So.
Dude,
We will flip
honestly,
your seat, though.
What a beautiful way to be seen. Like, truly, for a to say, I'm repping her. That's good for you, Rep. That's awesome. That's
pretty cool.
I
that's
appreciate it.
taking the high road to the highest of roads, man. I wish some other people across the aisle could learn that.
Yeah, this sounds like a Texas miracle to me.
Seriously.
Your relationship with your constituents.
No, they know. I mean, we've spent. It's crazy to think how many millions of dollars have been spent in House District 70. So they deserve to have someone that's showing up for them.
Yeah.
And not be bought. That's, I think, the biggest thing is just not being bought.
I mean, that doesn't happen, though. does it?
Awkward. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't buy somebody. Right?
Not yet.
I refer you to SB2. The price tag on that was $12 million.
Oh, that makes me so mad.
Well, we're going to start a GoFundMe, and Greg Abbott, you're going to be able to really vote your heart. Well, you don't really get to vote at all, but you're going to get to push your heart. I'm going to stop talking. Have I not prompted you with any of my questions? Is there anything else you would like to say, especially to people who might not have anything to do with the Capitol, like they're legislature curious, but they haven't really made a step into paying attention to it?
You say it like a sexuality, but
No, I did it on purpose.
It's too much DEI.
Mansplainer for you.
Well, I
Thank
would
you,
just
Amy.
say I love the Texas Legislature. I have been following the legislature since I was young in college. I would say to people who don't follow the Ledge, it's literally the best soap opera, hands down. So definitely check it out. I mean, I think that for me, it's a unique place because we're the largest state in the nation that has this biannual legislature. No, that's unique. Not very many states do that, especially to run a $30 billion. But I mean, that's obnoxious. That's crazy. And so I really enjoy it. I think that the members on the House floor, for the most part, want to do the right thing. I'm seeing that. I'm actually seeing them grow. It's like they've been, I don't know, like the ghost of legislative past, present, and future have come to them, shown them the error of their ways.
Ooh, I'm getting a good sketch idea here.
Yes.
I'm serious. I am seeing them literally change before my eyes. So I don't know. I think that it's a very unique, special place. 150 members. I do think the House of Representatives is the people's house still, and I'm just really honored to have the opportunity to serve. I mean, literally, I am my ancestors' dreams. Like that shirt that says I am literally my ancestors' dreams. I don't think my grandmas would ever have thought that I would have ever won an election in the United States of America. But it was my education, my health, the opportunities that gave me the strength and determination to win. And I think that that's important, and we need to build the leaders of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well said.
Amy, you want to get us out of here?
Yes. Thank you so much to our special guest, Representative Plesa, and to our comedic guests, Aaron Salinas and Eritro Basu. All right, where can people find you next? Representative, do you have any other appearances?
Yeah, so I'm having a town hall in 2 weeks. It's going to be at one of our Collin College's campuses, so it's going to be in person. It's going to be great. I hope everybody can join us. If you want more information, you can go to our social medias, Plesa, Plesa for Texas, on all social media. And as the vice chair of the House Democratic Caucus, I'm starting to do Mihaela's mini mic interviews myself.
Ooh,
so
great.
Please check those out on social media. All of the social media channels will have those, so you can not only get to know me and what I'm fighting for, but also our amazing House Democratic colleagues who are working so hard to protect all of our freedoms. So check it out. We're working hard, we're fighting, and we will win. We will win.
Wonderful. All right. And thank you to our comedians. Aaron, do you have any shows coming up? Something like that?
I'm not. I think I have one in May coming up here in Austin, but I am doing more of the Moth storytelling events in Houston. So if you happen to be in Houston, yeah, Gloria Rabel and I actually tied in Houston this week. So that was really cool on Tuesday. Yeah, so it was a real honor to get to perform with her, and it was an even bigger honor to tie for first with her. So yeah, check out Houston. You'll probably see me somewhere there. They're usually at Warehouse Live.
Nice.
But yeah.
Awesome. Eritro, are you performing, or is your improv troupe?
Yeah. Yesterday, we just won the semifinal of Cold Town Theater's Improv Showdown. Thank you.
Amazing.
Final
Congratulations.
is next Wednesday, which is what the date of that? The 19th, 8:30, Cold Town.
At Cold Town. And the name of your troop again is 1-800.
Changed my life.
Changed my life.
All right.
Wonderful.
Good luck next week. And Stephanie, do you have a show coming up?
I don't have any shows booked except Eritro might have hooked up Over the Ledge with some great other political satirists to do something during South by in like 3 or 4 weeks. I haven't talked to any of the cast about it yet, but
Shit.
I think
Awesome.
we can. We'll see if we pull it
Maybe.
off. Maybe. So I'm excited about that. How about? Sorry, not yet. Amy.
Yes. Thank you to our Over the Ledge humble and gracious leader, who we call behind her back pretty good looking for 50 years old, Stephanie Fiorello. She just had a birthday last Thursday. Last Friday.
I did. Okay, thank you, Amy Lowry, for guiding us through this episode. Just remember, she's glad you're here.
Yeah.
Amy, where can people find you next?
You know, I was in a movie 10 years ago, and they're doing something, I think, for South by. It's called Results. And I have 2 scenes in it, and I'm super psyched about it. And I think they're going to be doing something for it during South by. It stars Kobe Smulders and Guy Pearce.
Yeah, and you're literally in the first scene almost. You
Oh
see
yeah,
two
I'm in
scenes,
2
but
scenes,
With
and
Guy
I'm in the
Pearce.
trailer. So
And Guy
yeah,
Pearce
it
was
was 10 years
just-
ago, but
Guy Pearce.
Yeah, and Guy Pearce is a hot commodity right now.
I know,
Like,
right?
So,
He was awesome. It's
Yeah.
about trainers. It's about personal trainers.
oh, nice.
Shot in Austin. All right, that is our show. If you like what you heard, please subscribe to our podcast wherever you get yours. Like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and wait, not TikTok anymore, right? As
Oh,
at,
no, she's still around.
all right, Over the Ledge.
Back on the app store
Thanks,
today.
everyone. Yeah. All right.
I kind of liked when
Bye.
TikTok was banned because I could pretend that I'd had a really big following. And
You missed it. Sorry,
It's
guys.
Over the Ledge. We need a theme song.